Hello my dear students of class 10. Hope all of you are doing well. Today we are going to continue with the chapter current electricity. Now in our last class we had learned that what would happen to the resistance of a wire if its radius or diameter is doubled and halved. Now see what we have done. We have taken the radius of the wire as r, small letter r, and diameter as small letter d. Now you know that d equals to 2r. Diameter is twice the radius, or r equal to d by 2. So area of cross section of the wire, since the wire is, if I consider the wire cross section, then it is circular. Alright, so area of cross section of the wire is pi r square, which is, if I substitute r as d by 2, pi d by 2 whole square, which is equals to pi d square by 4. Now we know that resistance of a conductor is r varies as L by A, where r equals to rho L by A, where rho is the constant. Now if I substitute the value of A, then I have r equals to rho L by pi d square and into 4, that is 4 pi L by d 4 rho L by pi d square, or equals to rho L by pi r square. So r varies as 1 by d square, or r varies as 1 by r square, where rho L are constant terms. Now the question is, if radius is doubled, that is if r1 equals to twice of the previous radius r. So if r1 equals to 2r, then what is going to happen to the new resistance? Now new resistance r1 is also going to vary as 1 by r1, small r1 square. So capital R1, which is the new resistance, varies as 1 by small r1 square, which is equals to r1 varies as 1 by 2r square. Why 1 by 2r square? Because r1 equals to 2r, right? Next, so r1 varies as 1 by 4r square. Why 1 by 4r square? Again because 2 square is 4 and r square. r1 equals to rho L by 4 pi r square, where rho L pi are constants. Now what was our previous r? Previous r was rho L by pi r square. Now we are having rho L by 4 pi r square. So this is 1 by 4 times of this. So what happens? That is, if the radius is doubled, then the resistance lessens by 1/4 times its initial value. Resistance becomes 1 by 4 times its initial value. Now in our book this part is given wrong, that what will happen if radius is doubled, because in the last part also it was given what will happen if radius is doubled. In this part also it is given what will happen if radius is doubled. It will be what will happen if radius is halved. Alright. Let the new radius be r2. Small r2 equals to half of small r. Small r was the previous radius. So capital R2 varies as 1 by small r2 whole square, which is equals to r2 varies as 1 by r by 2 whole square. Why r by 2? Because r2 equals to r by 2. So this 2 will go to the top and it will become square. So it will become 4. So r2 varies as 4 by r square. Therefore r2 equals to 4 pi l, 4 rho L by pi r square, where rho L and pi are constants. Alright. So what is happening to the new resistance? New resistance is becoming 4 times the previous initial resistance. Alright. So this is what happens when radius is halved. Next we have resistance of a metallic wire increases with temperature. This is so because with the increase in temperature, the random motion of the electron increases. Alright, the motion of the electron increases, as a result of which number of collision between them also increases. Now we will learn what is electrical conductivity. The reciprocal of resistivity is called the electrical conductivity. It is represented as Greek letter sigma. Sigma equal to 1 by rho, because rho is your resistivity. So reciprocal means 1 by So it is going to become 1 by rho, sigma equals to 1 by rho. So sigma is known as the electrical conductivity, and sigma equal to L by R A, capital R, capital A, because that is the reciprocal of rho, where small l equals to length, A equals to area of cross section, and R equals to resistance of the wire. Now units of electrical conductivity is also inverse of the units of electrical resistivity. So in SI system, ohm inverse meter inverse is the SI unit of electrical conductivity. Now ohm inverse is written as mho, the opposite of OHM, MHO. Alright, so mho meter inverse, because you cannot write meter inverse in any other way, so it will be as meter inverse only. And CGS system is also ohm inverse centimeter inverse or mho centimeter inverse. This is the electrical conductivity's SI unit, remember this. Now reciprocal of resistance 1 by R is called conductivity. Its unit is ohm inverse or mho. Substances with low resistivity have high electrical conductivity. These are good conductors. Now which is having less resistivity, that means they are having high conductivity, that is they can conduct electricity very nicely. So they are known as good conductors. On the other hand, insulators, which does not allow electricity to flow to them, they are having high resistivity, that is they are having high resistance, and they do not allow current to flow through them. Their electrical conductivity is less. Now see, there is a table in 6.2 which is showing the resistivity of some substances. It is given in general order. Metals are having the least resistivity, that is they allow maximum current to flow through them. Then we are having alloys, then we are having semiconductors, and at last the insulators. Resistivity is a more fundamental property as compared to resistance. Compared to resistance, resistivity is even more fundamental. Why? Because the resistance of a wire changes with the change of its length and area of cross section. But the resistivity remains unchanged for such changes. Resistivity does not depend on these changes, alright? So, this is a more fundamental property compared to resistance. Now resistivity depends on temperature. Number 1, for metals it increases, and for semiconductor it decreases with the increase in temperature. If we increase the temperature, resistivity will increase in metals, and if we increase the temperature, resistivity will decrease in semiconductors. And for alloys, it practically remains constant with the change in temperature. Resistivity depends on the material of the substance, of what it is made up of. For metals, resistivity is very low as mentioned before. For semiconductors, it is less but more than metals. And for insulators, it is very high. Now for electrical connections and power transmissions, the wires that are carrying the electricity is made up of such metals which allow very less resistance, that is they are having very small resistivity. Copper or aluminium possesses this quality. This is the fact why wires are made up of copper or aluminium, so that they allow the maximum current to flow through them. Generally, the standard resistors are made up of alloys such as manganese, constantan, etc. These are so chosen such that the resistivity is very low and it remains practically constant with the change in temperature. You have seen the filament of a bulb, it is made up of tungsten. Why? Because it has a high melting point. Now, high melting point means what? If its melting point is very high, then even if there is increase in temperature, then also the current passing through that tungsten wire is not going to melt that tungsten wire. It is still going to glow, and it is also having high resistivity. The resistance of the tungsten filament of a bulb is more when it is glowing as compared to when it is not glowing. This is so because when it is in glowing condition, the filament is at high temperature. Alright, because you know that when a current is passing through any particular conductor, that object gets heated up. Alright, you have seen suppose a light bulb, it is glowing for a long time. After you switch it off and if you hold that, you'll see that it is heated up. So when current is flowing through a conductor, it heats up that object. So similarly, when the resistance of a tungsten of a filament bulb is more when it is glowing. Alright, glowing means its temperature is more. So in glowing condition is having a high temperature. So in high temperature, resistance also increases. Okay. Now heating element of heater is made up of nichrome wire. Nichrome is having nickel, chromium and iron wire. It's an alloy. Because it is having high resistivity, increase in the value of resistivity with increase in temperature is also high. The wire should not get heated up. A fuse wire is made from an alloy of lead and tin in the ratio 3:1 because it has a low melting point and its resistivity is more than aluminium or copper. Now superconductors, what are superconductors? It is a substance which has zero resistance or infinite conductivity at a very low temperature, near absolute zero. Alright, it is having zero resistance, no resistance at all, or infinite conductivity. Opposite of resistance is conductivity. Alright, at a very low temperature, near absolute zero. See here the temperature is given. At that temperature, superconductors are having it is having very high conductivity. For example, mercury below 4.2 K behaves as a superconductor. This is an example. Now resistivity temperature graph shows the resistivity temperature, figure 6.8. The utility of this graph is to identify the metallic conductors, the superconductors and the semiconductors. This is the graph. You have to understand, remember this graph very nicely. It is depending on different temperature, how with increase in temperature, how the resistivity increases. See, in case of metallic conductor, as temperature is increasing, slowly the resistivity is also increasing. In case of semiconductor, as we have learned, as the temperature is increasing, resistivity is decreasing. And in case of superconductor, as we have learned that which it has zero resistance or infinite conductivity at a very low temperature. When the temperature is very low, see, when temperature is near about zero, it is having zero resistivity. Okay, so I hope you have understood, children. Please learn up till here. Again we will meet in the next class. Till then, stay safe. Thank you, class.